It's Perp back with another video, and finally, oh Jesus, finally, Phase 4 has officially started with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, because this movie definitely goes more into just where the next, set of movies are possibly gonna go. I don't know. This is gonna be my non-spoiler review. I'm gonna do spoilers next week on the Perp Show, so stay tuned for that if you want to check out my spoiler discussion. I'm gonna have some people on the panel. Should be a dope time. Also, this was my first time watching a movie in IMAX, and I gotta say, but before I get into that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at perpminded420. So with that all being said, let me start off with just my IMAX experience, and then I'm gonna get into the actual movie. I'm gonna say this right off the bat: IMAX and all these premium movies like Prime and all that are a waste of money. Honestly, I should have went to see this in Prime because I feel like the picture would have been better. I just don't like the projection quality. Yeah, you get a bigger display or bigger screen. It's just not. It didn't do nothing for me. It didn't really make me feel more immersed in the movie. Maybe I have to go to a better IMAX theater. I don't know. Maybe mine is just trash. But I feel like all these premium theater experiences are very gimmicky, and just go watch this in the regular if you can. But if you can watch this in IMAX, definitely go check it out. So with all that being said and out the way, let's get into this movie, because there's quite a few things I don't like about this movie. Well, I would just say only really two things that kind of bother me. One, so it's kind of a given because it's a Marvel movie. The Marvel formula. The Marvel formula is going to forever haunt these movies. They can't just seem to do something completely just out of the norm. It's just, when I talk about the Marvel formula, basically what I'm trying to say is it's always like, I gotta fight my evil sister, or I gotta fight my evil brother, or my father and stuff. But I do like how they handled the Marvel formula in this movie when it pertains to Shang-Chi himself and just his relationship with his father. It's very personal. This is a very personal story. So the movie starts off, we get the backstory of Shang-Chi's father. You can kind of, I guess, if you want to call him the Mandarin, even though they pretty much confirm in this movie that the Mandarin is not a real thing, pretty much. But for y'all that are waiting for payoff for Iron Man 3, you will not be disappointed. I think you will really love that. Just how they tie those movies in. Shouts to my friend PB. He's also a creator. He will absolutely love what they've done with the whole tie-in with Iron Man 3 in this movie. That's all I'll say. I'll wait until spoilers to kind of say what that is. But if you've seen it, you know. It was pretty dope, pretty funny. I think it went a little bit too much a little bit at times, but it's cool. Fan service, awesome. A lot of fan service throughout this movie. I wasn't against it. But let me get into my second gripe, which I absolutely just cannot stand throughout this whole movie. Whenever this person would pop up, it just completely kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. It just kind of ruined moments. Is Aquafina. I don't find Aquafina to be funny. I don't find her to be entertaining. I can understand the appeal, but she's not for me. And what they do with her character, she really had no real business being in this movie as long as she was. But I guess Shang-Chi has to have a love interest, or possible love interest, which they might tease something like that going forward in a sequel. Maybe we'll get hints of an Iron Fist. Maybe we'll get the hand. The possibilities in this movie is crazy after you watch it. And Why Wong is in this movie is still a mystery, but I feel like we're going to get answers sooner than later in a upcoming movie. There are two post-credit scenes. There's one like the one post-credit scene and another one that was after the credits. Stay for both. I don't know what the second one is. The second one is like teasing. Maybe somebody could give me some more information on that when I get into spoilers next week. Going back to the story, like I said, this is a very personal story. Shang-Chi has left. You can call him Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi. Honestly, I don't think it really matters because people are going to mispronounce it anyways. They actually kind of throw in a little joke or a little like bit into this movie, which was kind of interesting. Going back to the story, you get introduced to his father, and you get all this backstory of his father, and how he meets his mother, and his mother comes from this place that is very similar to Wakanda, where it's its own kind of separate universe instead of its own like separate like city type area. So it's way bigger than Wakanda. There's way more mystical stuff that is happening in this realm. That's crazy, man. And I really want to see where they go and where they take that, and how the 10 rings kind of play into the future of the Marvel universe. Because what I think what's going to happen is we're going to get Infinity Stone like objects, and I'm cool with that because it kind of ties into other characters that we might see in the future. Maybe we might see an X-Men very soon, sooner than later. I don't know, man. It's crazy to think about. The action in this was really, really dope. I really like the martial arts aspect of this movie because it's one of those things that, you know, I'm a big fan of martial arts. You know, I'm always gonna hype that up. I love the Raid 1 and 2. Those are my favorite movies. And if Marvel is smart, they will get my boy Mad Dog in one of these Shang-Chi movies in the future. That would be dope to see him as a villain or something like that. The action was really, really clean. There were some times where it was a little hard to make out, but you could tell that a lot more time was put into doing the choreography. I like all the different styles. Like, if you have anybody out there saying like, oh man, it's the women are so strong, they're more powerful than the men in here. No, man, it's all about styles, bro. If you just watch the first scene where he goes to meet Shang-Chi's mother, and you see the difference in their style. His mother has like this almost elegant moves like the wind type of style, where his father's more aggressive, and it's really it's a really sad movie as well, man. There's some times where I was just like, man, why am I getting so choked up? And I feel like even watching this in theaters was really dope, and I could see why the actor was so passionate about this. Like, you really definitely feel all the hard work that went into this, into making this movie. And I gotta say, man, this is a step in the right direction for Marvel, even though it's not perfect. It's not a perfect movie. But I will say it's definitely one of my favorite movies that I've seen come out. They should have led Phase 4 with this movie, to be honest, and just completely put like Black Widow on Disney Plus or something, because this was a better start to a new phase. And we got the Eternals coming up. I'm a little bit more excited to watch the Eternals now and see how all this ties in. Maybe the 10 rings came from an Eternal or something like that. I don't know, man. It's just, there's a lot of questions left to be had after watching this movie. And I love the Dragon Ball Z references, man. Can we please get a Dragon Ball Z movie one of these days? Because, man, this was the most Dragon Ball-esque movie as far as visuals and just the fighting styles, man. That third act was really, really dope. They just really went over the top. Let me know how you guys feel about this if you've seen this. Are you going to go watch this in theaters this weekend. Are you able to, where you're at? Because I know a lot of places are kind of locked down, or they kind of got restrictions. So I recommend you watch this in theaters, though. If you were hesitant, don't be. Just go watch it. If you like it, you like it. You hate it, you hate it. Stop running with what people say on the internet. Stop listening to these YouTubers. Don't even take my word for it. Watch it for yourself. That's all I can really say. But until the next video, I will see y'all in my spoiler discussion Wednesday night. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.